Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the first video, getting the practice sheets, your comments and your questions. It really makes my heart happy to see you guys learning sign language and doing so well with it and really loving it like I do. If you missed the first video on ASL Grammar Without Frustration, Part 1, we talked a little bit about a story of a girl learning sign language, and we talked about the ASL model, and namely facial expressions. We talked about how facial expressions aren't just for making your signing look pretty and for being expressive. You use facial expressions to be expressive, but to make your picture, your message clear and easy to understand. We use facial expressions with our grammar, okay? It's so important. I know you guys all want to know about grammar. You want to not only know the signs, but you want to know how to put them together. And so facial expressions is where you start, okay? Now I want to finish that story first. Now we ended with that story of the girl wanting to know how to put those signs that she was learning in the correct order, and to know if she was actually doing what she, signing clearly, like if she could be understood, and most importantly, if she could understand someone signing to her. And so her mother graciously hired that private tutor for her because there was no other option at that time, and that there's so much more to signing a sign than just knowing the sign out of the dictionary. She was brought from a dictionary signer to an authentic signer, and what was really cool was just shortly after she had been in her private lessons for quite a while, she went ice skating one weekend, and she happened to meet a girl who was deaf, hand signed, and it was so cool. She got to sign with her, and she not only was able to sign with the girl, but she was easily able to understand what the girl was signing to her, and it just lit her up. She knew this was a defining moment for her. Sign language was meant for her. She was meant for sign language, and it was so amazing to be able to communicate with someone else and them with her in this fantastic and beautiful and powerful language. And it carried her through, and she was able to meet with that girl several times and meet a new friend, and therein her ties to the deaf community. During her middle school years, and then she had classes in her high school, she made friends that learned sign language and that were deaf as well. She went on to college and signed, and she interpreted for friends, and she had many interpreting opportunities in schools and events. And she taught people. She began to teach people sign language. And obviously, this girl is amazing. I want to answer a few questions that were asked. Now, Tia asked us a question about sentence structure. She said, in the last video, I signed store, go. And she was wondering, why would I put store, then go? Wouldn't I say go to, then store, rather than store, go to? And she's like, is this just for questions, or is this also for statements? So I wanted to clear that up. Tia, yes, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Yes, this is ASL grammar. It is different from English. You would say store, go. Now, let me break it down to make it easier. Now, when you have your sentences in sign language, you say time, topic, comment. Okay, let me get my marker and I'll write it on the board for you. Okay, so you go time plus topic plus comment. Or you can think of it as action. Or you can go topic plus comment. Sorry, it's sloppy. Okay? So when I'm saying I'm going to go to the store, my topic is store. My comment is go. Store, go. Now, if it was a statement, I would say store, go. Since it was a question in the previous video, it was store, go. Now, this is why facial expressions are important for ASL grammar. If it was just a statement, I would keep my face neutral. Because it's a question, I'm raising my eyebrows, I'm leaning forward, and I'm pausing. I'm looking intently at you. Now, you might think, why am I not signing you or go to the store? Why am I not adding all these words? If you think about it, in the English language, we have the understood you statements. If I say, get out of here, you know that the implied you is there. I'm talking to you, get out of here. Now, if I was talking to Billy over here, I'd say, get out of here, You know, I'm saying you get out of here rather than you get out of here. Now it's the same with sign language. It's kind of an implied you. So go. My eyebrows, my pausing, my leaning forward is all indicating, are you going to the store? Okay? So that's important to remember. So I have lots of videos in the ASL Done Right course and in my other videos and on my blog that talk about ASL grammar and sentence structure. It's quite a bit to it, okay? Don't get discouraged by me saying that, but to break it down, go topic, comment. There's time involved, like if it's something you're gonna do, you have done, or you're gonna do now that you want to emphasize that you're doing now, you add the time to the beginning of the sentence or the beginning of the topic. Now, we're gonna get into the ASL model. We went over ASL model number one, facial expressions. This time we're gonna talk about body language, okay? Now, body language is so important. Now think about your favorite book. That book you just totally dove into, it just totally captured you. That movie, your favorite movie to watch of all time. That play that you love. That audiobook that you love to listen to. What is drawing you in? Think about it. What is drawing you in, truly? But really think about what is bringing you into that story. The characters, the people. Not just the characters and who they are, but what they're doing, how they're expressing it. You know, what makes a good actor and actress is not them just saying their lines or just, oh, they're supposed to be drinking tea right now. It's how they're doing it. You know, I'm sure you've heard that body language and facial expressions are a huge component of spoken languages all over the world, and especially with English. And that's even more so important in sign language. No one's gonna know you're angry. No one's gonna know that you're scared, you're nervous, you're excited, you're upset, you're frustrated, you're done, unless you're showing it with your face, unless you're portraying it with your body. So I want you to remember that. It's so important that you do it and that you try to incorporate it from the beginning, okay? So we're gonna do a couple exercises to practice our body language. Now in the practice sheets that I'm gonna have down below this video for you to download are gonna give you even more to do on your own, okay? Just take a couple and do them. You don't have to do them all in one go, okay? So let's practice different ways of walking. So let's say that we have a heavy backpack on. How would we walk with a heavy backpack on? Well, let's grab our backpacks and put them on. Oh, I don't know about you, but mine is really heavy in the back. Oh, it's a lot of textbooks. Oh, I'm just gonna walk here. Oh my gosh, it's heavy, okay? Now, what if I was pregnant? Big and pregnant. Have you seen a pregnant woman walk? Have you been pregnant and remembered how you walk? I have 5 kids, so I know that I walk differently when I'm huge and pregnant. It's gonna be like this waddle, okay? And I'm probably gonna hold my belly because that's how I do it. And I'm just gonna lower my center of gravity and I'm gonna be waddling, okay? What if I was gonna jump over something? Oh, I see something, jump, okay? Now you don't actually have to jump when you're signing, you know? It's a little pansy jump, okay? So there you go. Now let's talk about characters. I'm gonna be a weightlifter. Now remember, I'm not an actress. I never have been, and I probably never will be. So let's just say, who cares, right? Who cares if you look goofy? You're probably gonna be nervous doing this. I know I'm nervous doing this for my camera. I'm all by myself for my camera, but I know all these people are gonna be watching this video and go, oh my gosh, she's such a dork. It's okay. You're gonna be nervous, but when you're in the middle of that conversation and you're totally excited about it and you're totally having fun, you're not gonna worry about that. That's gonna be the furthest thing from your mind because you're gonna be so into the conversation. It's gonna be awesome. So that aside, let's be weightlifters together. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'm super cocky, right? I'm gonna lift up this barbell because I'm like, dude, that's so light. I'm just gonna pick it up. Okay, I don't know how weightlifters actually act. If you're a weightlifter and I offended you, I apologize. I'm just being the cliche weightlifter, okay? Now, what if I was a busy secretary? Okay, I'm dinking around on my computer, answering calls. Oh, I'm not dinking. I'm typing furiously away, looking through files, I'm answering calls, and at the same time, I'm gonna be super busy, okay? So when you're thinking about when you get that practice sheet and you're gonna be that character, I want you to think almost like you are an actor. How is that person gonna act? What is their body language going to show? You know, that weightlifter, I mean, is he gonna be big, you know, and, you know, all up in your face? Or are they gonna be timid? Are they gonna be kind of like, oh, lanky, I don't care? Or are they gonna be prim, proper? You know, think about it. You know, just, oh, a little snotty girl or whatever, you know, or anything. Just think, how would that person show it? If I just wanted to show that person just with my body, you know, or just my face, how would you be? Get into that person's head. What could you show that would be that person just with your face? Or just with this shift in your body, how could you show being that person? Or what that person's doing? Now, we're gonna put facial expressions and body language together into shifting. Now, shifting is when you move your body to suggest more than one person or object or idea, okay? You use it in grammar, you use it in stories, you use it in making your message clear. The main question you're gonna ask is the picture or the message clear and easy to understand? Always, when you're trying to put sentences together in sign language, when you're trying to deliver a message in sign language, think to yourself, is it clear and easy to understand? Then you know you're golden. So shifting brings an extra level of clarity and ease to your message. It makes it so if you're sharing a story about 2 people or 3 people or more, it makes it so that it doesn't get lost. You're not like, oh, you know, when you read a story from someone that's not really a strong writer, or you're hearing a story someone's telling you, and they get their pronouns mixed up, and you're like, now who said that? Was it he or she, or was it it, or who actually said it? And you get confused about what they're talking about. Shifting takes that out of sign language. It makes it so you're not going to be confused. It's very clear, and you almost wish that they had this in English. Now, 2 ways to do shifting. If you're sitting down, because remember, you're not always going to be standing when you're signing. When you're sitting down, you're just going to be moving your shoulders. You're not moving your hips too. You're just moving your shoulders. Okay? Now, if you're standing, you're just going to shift your weight from one foot to the other, and that's naturally going to shift your hips and your shoulders. So shift, shift. With shifting, you can do 2 people, 2 objects or ideas or thoughts, or 3, or 4. Now, I wouldn't really recommend going over that because it can be confusing. Now, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you're very clear with your shifting, and if you're talking about people, you're very clear with your body language and facial expressions in showing and conveying that character. For today, I don't want you to stress about 3 and 4 people. I want you to just think about 2, okay? So we're going to do 2 people, and I've got this silly dialogue that I've just thrown together for you, and I want you to see, who am I? You may not know the signs. I try to keep it pretty simple. You may not know the signs, that's okay. Just try to figure out who I am, and we'll talk about it after I do it, okay? All right, let's go. Sorry, my little thing's right there behind the camera so I can see, so I don't forget what I'm supposed to be signing. And the story, it's not really that complicated, but whatever. Okay. Okay, I'm not an actress, okay? Who was I? I was a little kid begging his mother for ice cream. Now, how did I show that I was a little kid? I looked up and I even kind of bent back. I looked up to my mom and I thought, I channeled my 5 children. How would they beg me for ice cream? Well, how would they beg me? Please, can I have ice cream? And what does big mean mom do? Not that you're mean if you say you can't have ice cream. I'm looking down, I'm being more stern, more final with my signs. And as I went through, I showed that mom was getting a little upset and kid was getting super upset and just, oh, really wanted, I kept signing up. And at the end, I was resigned to, oh, I couldn't get it, hang my head, and I have a 3-year-old that actually does that. She goes, oh, and walks off like that, and it is hysterical. And it's like, oh, I have to hide that I'm laughing. So it's fun. Kids actually do that. I thought it was just in cartoons. Now, in the practice download that I have underneath this video that's free, I've got 2 more dialogues for you to use on your own. Now, you may not know the signs for those dialogues. If you know the signs, just try your best and do it. If you don't know them, try your best. Now, if you really don't know the signs, you don't have to say, oh, I just can't do it. You can still do it, even if you don't know the signs, okay? I promise. How are you going to do it if you don't know the signs? There's going to be a dialogue between 2 people. You're going to show how that person would act. What is their body language and their facial expressions doing when they're speaking that specific line? And switch. Practice shifting, and be that person for each line. Even if it's just for a second, you're showing how are they going to act. You could even do some little bit of charades if you really want to. But I really want you to just practice shifting your body, and I want you to use your face and your body to convey those characters, okay? So you don't need to know the signs to do the practice. Okay, I've talked enough. I'm so excited. Please, when you're done watching this video, grab the download. It's free. Okay, just click on the link, grab the download. Okay? Then I want you to ask your questions. What questions do you have about ASL grammar or ASL in general? Ask me, because I'll be answering it in the upcoming video that we go over more of the ASL model and answering your questions. Okay? And then I want you to share that moment, that first moment that just really lit you up and got you so excited to learn sign language. What was it that made you want to learn sign language? Or what was it that one time where you signed something and you just thought, yes, I've got to keep doing this. This is the best. This is for me. This is home. Okay, share with us what you love about sign language in that first moment. What was happening? What did you think? What were you feeling? What was it that turned you on to sign language? I would love to know it. I would love to know it. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really hope that this is helping you take out that overwhelm and that frustration with learning grammar for sign language. It really isn't going to be so hard once you start doing a little bit at a time now, okay? So go lock yourself in your bathroom, grab your practice sheets, and it's just you and your mirror and sign, and just get into it. Just be a kid again. Just get into it. Don't worry about who's watching you or not watching you. I'm not going to be in there over your shoulder telling you, that's lame. That's not how a cowboy would act. Just have fun with it. Sign language is so much fun, and I want you to have fun, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed anymore. So come back and look for video 3 coming up soon, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.